is a barbershop arrangement by our own Jim Lewis of the old hymn In the Garden with new words by John Oldham. And John, in fact, is watching this morning, live stream. Jim tells us that he was inspired to write this arrangement by Beth McCoy, who suggested a number of times to him that he write an arrangement of this hymn for male voices. We hope you enjoy it.
Beautiful, thank you. Well, welcome everyone to worship today. May the 4th be with you. My name is Monica. I'm the minister for today, and I thought we could maybe say hi to John Oldham and all those who are streaming in today. So maybe if all of you can join me and we'll just wave to everybody. Welcome to worship. We have a number of announcements, so I'm going to let them start right away.
Well, good morning again. This time I'm here on behalf of Anne of Green Gables, and you haven't heard too much from us for quite a while, but we had our cast party on Friday night, which was just wonderful. Lots of activities, lots of people there, and you know how many young people there were in the cast. We had tables of 6, but they couldn't accept a table of 6. They had to create a table of 12 around a table of 6 so that they could yell for each other and express wonderful enthusiasm. I did want to thank everyone in the congregation for their support during difficult times, more difficult than any of us would have imagined with the ice storm. But really my purpose today is to give you an idea of what the finances were. When I put together the budget, we budgeted hoping to make $20,000. Then the finance committee came to us and said, we're trying to balance the budget. Could you raise that to 25? And I told Craig, yes, we could. And then again, the ice storm came. Even with the ice storm, and we don't have all the figures in because we're carrying a bit of a liability for refunds to the end of May. The profit appears to be at least $33,000. And since a number of people are not asking for refunds, the 5,000 or so that I have set aside for that could easily take us to 36 or 37, in fact, make it the most profitable show that we've had. So thank you to everyone who came, for all those who were patrons and advertisers, to the cast and the directors and the musical directors. Thank you so much for a job well done.
Good morning, and I'd like to add my congratulations to the Anne of Green Gables group. They were fabulous. It was just a wonderful performance that we all enjoyed. But now I'm here to say, happy anniversary, everybody. We're celebrating 194 years of St. Paul this year, and during the month of May. And we are encouraging you to make a pledge, even after that wonderful total that we've got from Anne of Green Gables. So other years we've asked for $1 a year, which has been good, but if you feel like pledging more, that's fine. This year it's going to go towards the audiovisual, and Rick Brown is going to tell us a little bit about some of the equipment that needs to be renewed. We use this equipment with all our rentals, especially with the university downstairs, and it's become very important to us to keep it updated and in good working order. These envelopes you'll find on the back table, and we hope you'll take them and make a pledge for us during the month of May. Thank you. Here's Rick.
As you know, I don't do public speaking too often. I get quite nervous, and I know the importance of doing something really short. And so here's the plan. Everybody got it? Thanks for your support. Maybe I'll do a little bit longer than that. I did talk to Monica. It'll still be short. 10, 15 minutes, 35 tops, and I'll be done. Because you know that I live and breathe AV at this church, okay? So bear with me. So if you can see in this photo, this is what we used to do and when we first did AV. The projector was on the wall behind me. It was on the projection was on the floor. The projector was on the floor. That was on the wall. And so if you really can't see, that's there's an arrow coming up there. There it is. There it is. So maybe you can see it better with this one. No, wait a minute. I know you're looking at that and saying, "There's Kathy Joblin. Oh, that girl in the third row, didn't she marry that guy from Uxbridge and they moved to Kitchener? They've got 3 kids." No, please bear with me and stay with the AV, right? That stuff on the wall there, okay? So later on, we got 3 projectors and on carts, and we got screens finally. So we've got one on that side, one on that side, and we got one for the choir. And then we did that little reno in 2016 where we got the projectors up on the ceiling. And then in 2019 was my last summer at Georgian College, and I was working at the Orillia campus, and they were replacing all the video systems in all the classrooms there, and they were throwing them all out, and they allowed me to dumpster dive. And so I went and got systems for downstairs and for up here, and in February of 20 we installed that. The problem is that they were used and they lasted until this last year. First week of Lakehead downstairs, the system died, so we were into an emergency repair downstairs, and the system up here is dying, and I was really worried about Lakehead this winter and whether we get through it, and I didn't want it to die during Anne of Green Gables, and luckily it didn't. But I had a whole bunch of backup parts, and I've gone through all the backup parts, and I have no backup pieces left, and just done, and anything goes, we lose the system. So I got Mark to do up 3 quotes. This is Plan A, and it's just over $19,000, and that puts us back to something what we had in 2016. And Plan C, which is taking into effect everything that we're doing now, and what we think we're moving forward, because things have changed an awful lot. And that was a bit higher price tag at $41,000. And then Plan B, which is what leadership team has allowed me to go for, which is $34,000. That's the plan. And that gets us everything that we have now and a bit more. And Plan C, we can expand to Plan C because B and C is just an extension of B. So if I had an extra $7,000 on top of that, then we could get to Plan C if that ever happens. So what are we doing? So we're not replacing the audio, we're not replacing the lighting, and we're not replacing the computers here at the back. And we're not replacing the projectors. The projectors, I've got a couple more backups of projectors, and we'll do that in another year, but not this year. So it's the Crestron video system that we're replacing. So that's a touch panel, and that's the user interface. We've got one right here, we've got one at the back, and that's what people use when they're connecting. And that connects to the DMPS300, and you can see all the connections in the back, because everything that's at the front here, everything at the back that plugs into it, and everything from that plugs up, goes to wiring up to the ceiling. Those are scalers that are up at the projectors, and those go to our 3 projectors. So what we're replacing is that DMPS 300 there, because it is failing on us. We're actually going to replace that UPS. Now, we're not throwing that UPS. That UPS is going to the amp room. We're getting a bigger one because since 2016, the amount of power and requirements that we have going on in that sound console have grown considerably. We're going to change out some stuff over there to get some space. We're going to clean up some stuff there. We're going to clean up some stuff there. We are going to the ceiling. I shouldn't say we. Mark's going to the ceiling. I'm not going to the ceiling. I tried to get on that lift this winter, and I got at least 8 feet off the stage. And, well, who am I kidding? I didn't make it 4 feet. And I can't go up on that thing. So he's going up there, not to change the projector, but to change that scaler that's up there that converts it to HDMI to get into the projector. So that's the plan, and you can see lots of little lines going everywhere between the equipment, and those are all cables, either long ones or short ones, and a lot of those already exist, but there's a lot of new ones that are going into that plan too, so there's a lot of cabling to be done, and there's more parts to it than that. I'm trying to give you the Cole's notes, as Gloria likes to say, and I don't know if I'm hitting that or not. When you think about how it's been used over the years, you think about the musicals that we're doing, last year's Music Man, right? this year's Anne of Green Gables, right? And setting the scenes and how we're setting the scenes using the screens for that, right? Or Joseph, which we did a while ago, right? A couple of years ago. Setting the scenes, but also setting, you know, the songs. Everybody ready? Because it's red and yellow and green and brown and scarlet and black and ochre and peach and ruby, and my thumb's getting sore, and when does this end? Irene, when does it end? And chocolate and mauve and cream and crimson, I don't know how she did this, silver and rose and osier and lemon and russet, and we're gonna get there eventually. And oh, come on. Orange and it's, yeah, blue, there we go. Okay. And then you've got all the other users that are using it. So this is last night's concert with the Orillia Concert Band or the Orillia Vocal Ensemble. They're using the screens. Even the silver band's using the screens. And then you think about all the lectures that are going on here, whether it's Lakehead Tall or Lakehead, the classes that are going on in this room that are using it all the time. And any of the other lectures and stuff's going on. Amnesty International did a movie here last week on Palestine. And then all the concerts that are going on. That's Roots North this year. And then that little thing Sunday morning that we do here, which started it all. AV, we're just trying to keep everything on track. Thanks for your support.
Thanks, Rick. So just a reminder, envelopes designed by Joe Watt are on the table in the atrium, so pick one up on your way out. Thank you.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to follow all of that. I'm aware of the time, so I will keep my announcement short. It's Gloria Tozek speaking on behalf of the Equal Justice Social Action Committee. And as you know, we have been working, finding ways for us to work towards reconciliation. And one of the primary ways that we're doing that is working with a group called the Gojijing Friendship Circle. So coming up, this will be the third year in a row, I wanted to raise to your attention The Fire Still Burns. So this is the music and storytelling event that is being hosted again by Jeff Monet, who hopefully now you're becoming familiar with. And we have a number of groups that are coming. So the idea is to come, share music together, hear stories told by the wonderful John Rice, who you know from the water bundle ceremony, and spend some time together afterwards, having some tea and some fruit and getting a chance to chat with each other. So I hope that you'll be able to come out. That's in 2 weeks. And I'll save my other announcement for next week. Thank you.
I always think it's done and then I race up from the side. I'm Becky. I'm here actually speaking not so much about family ministries today, kind of a little bit about that. We've been sharing around a little bit that we have some big changes happening in our family, and as someone who's been doing some lots of work in the church, we wanted to let you know, because it'll impact St. Paul's. We're going to be moving from Orillia to Kitchener over the summer. And so really, probably the hardest part of that is leaving our St. Paul's family here, not being with you every Sunday the way we have been for way more than a decade. Our family is in Kitchener, and parents and cousins and aunts and uncles, and so we're going there to set up our home there close to them. And it's going to be really hard to say goodbye. I think we may try and find some ways to celebrate our time here and how much we love you. That's in the works, but we wanted to let you know and let leadership know as well, because maybe this is an opportunity to think a little bit as things change, what new things St. Paul's might want to do, especially when it comes to children and family, as I've had leadership in that role for a while now. And so that will be something to revisit and think about, maybe doing new ways and having maybe some new energy from new people coming in and joining into that. So thank you for being our family. We will be back. Nick is continuing to work at the hospital here, though in a slightly different schedule, in a different way. We are already planning, being here with families at Sparrow Lake, the way we have been every year for many years, and joining you in still coming back to be with you, but we won't be here every Sunday. So thank you for being our family and continuing to be our family, but maybe in new ways.
Mom, why is this here? Okay, it's not our time.
Lots. And so I just invite you to take a breath as we think of all those announcements and all the things that are going on and the changing relationships and ways we do things around here. So let's just take a breath and think on that. Peace on each one who comes in need, and peace on each one who comes in joy. Peace on each one who offers prayers today. Peace on each one who offers songs. Peace of the Maker, peace of the Son, peace of the Spirit, the Triune One. Let us pray. O God, for your love for us, warm and brooding, which has brought us to birth and opened our eyes to the wonder and the beauty of creation, we give you thanks. For your love for us, wild and freeing, which has awakened us to the energy of creation, to the sap that flows, the blood that pulses, the heart that sings. We give you thanks. For your love for us, strong and challenging, which has called us to risk for you, which has asked for the best in us and shown us how to serve. We give you thanks.